Hello and welcome. The number one reason you want to stick around and learn about public speaking is for confidence. Now, I can give you confidence. You can watch me speak and be like, geez, if this guy can do it, I could do it too. Excellent. Or you can learn from the 50 or 60 practice exercises that I went out and found so I could coach speakers with, that you can practice on your friends, your family, and practice in the shower. Imagine that. You can become a better public speaker, a more effective communicator while you're taking a shower. 2, make more money. That's a big one. If you work at a job that you don't like, the first thing you're going to do is, as a really effective communicator, is negotiate more pay. See, maybe not that you don't like the job, maybe you just don't like the pay. You're going to feel comfortable negotiating more pay. If the employer's like, no, you're going to feel comfortable looking for a new job and interviewing. It's just a part of the business. It's a part of the speaking game. It's why you want to be a good speaker, because you deserve more money. Number 3. You're going to overcome procrastination. Now, so many people use procrastination as an excuse. Oh, I'm a procrastinator. It's why I don't, I know, this is what they say to me. I know what I have to do. It's just I'm a procrastinator. Now, you don't know what you have to do. Because if you knew what you had to do, you wouldn't procrastinate. You would be doing it because you know that you have to do it. And it's going to get you to the next level. Now, when you become an effective communicator, you start hearing yourself running those programs. And what you do is you change the program. 4, you'll never get bullied again. Now, a lot of people, they think, geez, bullying happens in school. Bullying happens everywhere. Those bullies from school end up in the workforce, and a lot of people end up working for bullies. I know a lot of people who end up working for bullies, they never say anything to the bullies. It's insane. They let those people run their lives, and their jobs, it hurts them to go to work. It's painful. That's sad. Sad to hear. A great public speaker, 2 things are going to happen. 1, you're going to quit your job. Number 2, you're going to get fired. And you're going to be thankful you got fired. You're going to be like, whew. Man, if I didn't get fired from that job, I don't know. I would never have this amazing, awesome job where I make tons of money and I never procrastinate and, my life's really good. All because I learned how to do this one skill set. 5. This is a big one. You'll never have to go on Tinder again. One time I'm driving in my car, I got my neighbor in my car. He's telling me, I'm on Tinder. I got all these girls and I'm I don't have a relationship. Sometimes we hook up, and a lot of times you sit down, there's nothing. I go on hundreds of dates, and I'm like asking him, well, hypothetically, Brian, let's say you're on the beach. You're walking down the beach, and you see this beautiful girl sitting there, and that's just his situation. For you, it could be whatever it is, whatever you're into. It could be a guy, I don't care what it is. I was like, would you be comfortable just going up to her and saying hi? Oh no. I'm like, well, how do you expect to meet someone if you can't even meet them? Okay? Now, when I met my wife, as a great speaker, this is the thing. You know what you're looking for. When I met my wife, I walked into a gym. I was going to work out. This woman behind the desk says to me, how's it going today? And I'm in a bad place at that time. I'm having a midlife crisis. She's like, good thing you made it to the gym. Boom! A week later, she lived with me. 10 years later, we have a kid together. And you know what you're looking for. An effective communicator knows what they're looking for. And that's what they ask for. They ask for the things they do want. Number 6, you're actually going to get better at your job. Number 7. Motivate your friends, family, and coworkers. This is a big part of speaking. This is why I love to do it. Somebody comes to you, they're having a bad day, you can cheer them up. You're a good listener. The best public speakers are really good at listening. You have 2 ears, 1 mouth. Also, I train a lot of corporate guys who have sales teams below them. You wouldn't believe how many of these managers, so if you're a manager, listen up close because you may have said this. You wouldn't believe how many managers say to me, Oh, when a sales guy comes in, I can tell right away, either you got it or you don't. That's the worst way. That's the worst kind of manager out there. I would never work for a manager. Like, hey, I train them. That's funny. But I'd never work. They don't sign the check, okay? Those are the lower level guys. That's not how it is at all. You need to get good at training people, at listening to people, and it's a huge part in listen close. If you are a manager, that is your job, to motivate, to lead, to train. So stop putting that off on other people and you start taking action for it. And that's where really good, effective speakers come into play. And that's one of the reasons why you want to learn public speaking. So you can cheer up your friends, your family, you can motivate all the staff, everybody around you. 8. This is my favorite. Now, you may not know anything about me. I've been through a huge motorcycle accident, diagnosed PTSD and depression, and I off pills and everything. Drugs, did all of it. That's all what happens, okay? But as an effective communicator, you can overcome all of those things. Look at how many speakers go around and do motivational speaking at schools. Well, what do they talk about? Like 6 out of 7 of those speakers are like, I was hooked on drugs and my life was so bad and blah, blah, blah. And then I was able to overcome it. Because it wasn't all the going to AA and it wasn't any of that. It was how they talked. It was their ability to speak. They heard themselves talking. They heard how they were thinking. They changed the way that they talk to themselves. So yeah, these other systems were tools that helped them get to where they could hear themselves speaking and they could change the programs inside their head. Because listen, only you can take responsibility for you. Number 9. That's a good one. Raise your EQ. If you don't know what EQ is, emotional intelligence, you really need to get into speaking. Emotional intelligence, your ability to handle stress, problems, your ability to handle yourself. It's also your ability to have this empathy for the people that you're dealing with. Number 10, I really want this one to sink in, so pay attention. Stop hiding. Yeah, I know you want to fit in, you want to blend in, but why fit in when you're born to stand out? Yeah, that's by Dr. Suess, by the way. That's a quote by Dr. Suess, a famous children's author. And write that down. Why fit in when you were born to stand out? Now, if you're not where you want to be, then there's a good chance that you want to be standing out. You want to have your message heard. And how do you do that? Well, you learn, now you can do it easy. You can just start up a YouTube channel and you can get your message out. But what is your message? Hey, that's where the public speaking comes in. You have to break it down. You have to identify who you are and what you want. So I'm going to leave you with that quote. Why fit in when you're born to stand out? Now, I'm a trainer, I'm a coach. I want to break down how to do it, because top 10 list is just another speech structure. You can use it in any situation. Look it up online. There's a top 10 list for everything. David Letterman did so many top 10 lists. There's 100 top 10 lists of David Letterman's top 10 list. It's a really great speaking tool, and so many speakers don't use it. It's an amazing tool. And here's a couple tips for using the top 10 list. Number 1 is always say the number. It's a mistake. Huge mistake alert. Speakers will come in, I'll show them the top 10 list, and the next one, and the next one, and the next one. Number 7. The audience is like, what was number 6 and 5 and 4? So always say the number, whether it's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, say the number. Very important. Number 2, you want to keep your explanations short. I mean, avoid those, especially if you're a new speaker. This is a great template to use, but it can go really long, really quickly. So my rule of thumb is less than 1 minute to explain a point and stick to the story highlights. So stick to the story highlights, always say the number. Another general like rule of thumb for doing a top 10 list is to put what you'd consider the most important fact first and last. Now I just did a top 10 list. You probably couldn't recall even 2 of the points that I used. That's okay, that's fine, that's how it is. As long as while I was running through it, you were going, oh, that makes sense, that makes sense, that makes, yeah, I can agree with that. I'm gonna hit that subscribe button because this guy really knows what he's talking about. I mean, if that happens, that'd be pretty amazing. So say the number, keep the story short, put the most important points first and last, and finally, just have some fun. You know, whenever I or you or anybody gets an opportunity to speak up, what a great day that is. It's an opportunity for you to share your opinion. Never share your opinion by telling people how nervous you are or how you didn't prepare or this is gonna suck. I hate it when people start like that. Oh, you know, I could never follow that last speaker. Never start. Just be confident, be strong. Do this. Take a deep breath in. Just breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Hold it. Breathe in through your nose. Okay, now what I want you to start doing is, now that your mind's kind of clear, just raise your energy, okay? Just imagine this like white light just flowing through you and building up inside of you. And just, you can do this. You're going off in your day, now you got this little white light, universal light force energy. Let it fill up, let it be a part of you, and follow this channel. I'm gonna help you get to the next level, especially if you're at a low level. And especially if public speaking scares you. That's my number one. I can help anybody overcome any fear of public speaking. So comment, hit that like button if you like it, avoid that down arrow if you don't, and subscribe. You have yourself a great and wonderful day. I'm gonna be sharing videos every Wednesday, 2 p.m. I'll see you in my next video.